What's up, you guys? This is Off Topic Games, and here we have our sneak peek draft. This is the individual matches, so we're going straight into round one. We're currently 0-0, obviously, and yeah, let's get started. So first, let me complain. This thing took forever to edit because my computer kept on restarting. It was really annoying, and hopefully I'll get this problem fixed. But we write the PG that we drafted, 6K, whatever. It looks like so far he doesn't punish it. So he swings Vanguard to Rearguard. Good for him. He rode that really mediocre grade 1 that is forced to soul charge for GB1. I damage check the stance. That's unfortunate. I ride the AK because I believe I have a Harry in my hand, and the Harry is like Harry's a card. That AK grade 2. It calls something when it's called out of the soul. You can counter blast 1. Call another card behind it for counter blast 1. Then I think it has like another skill where Soul Blast 1 you gets like +3 and then it doesn't go back into the soul or something. So he takes 2 damage. Drive check. I drive check nothing. The reason why you see the stand in the back and that 5K in the front is because I value the stand skill to I value the skill of the grade 1 that I drafted. It's the ghosty that I can put a grade 0 to the bottom of my deck and then call it from the drop zone. So that's why I put it in the back, because I can put triggers back, basically. So yeah. One like I guess combo thing you can do with the deck. Not really combo, but you can put the triggers back, and then you can use the There's this Nightmare Doll grade 2 where you check the top 3, and if they're all Nightmare Dolls, you soul charge them all, and then you shuffle your deck. So you basically do that. You with the top 3, and then you shuffle back, so all your triggers go back. So anyways, he's pushing a bit. I know guard the Vanguard. He hits nothing. And then this is a 5K, and I can guard it with anything. So right to grade 3, I have the Harry. Call a 9K. 9K swings at a rear guard, because, rear guard or rear guard. 11 to his Vanguard. He decides to take it. I don't know if he has a crit or not. I hit a draw trigger. I have 4. So that's whatever. That's a 10K guard. If he takes it, then he just didn't have a 10K guard. But if he 10K guards, he should 10K the Vanguard. So he just takes it. So he goes to 4 really early. What you want to do in draft normally is to push really hard. And basically, out trigger your opponent. That's pretty nice. But he rides that really cool Pale Moon guy. I don't actually know if he has a skill or not that he just has to use. I don't remember. But he ends up striding, which isn't terrible. So I make a note here that his grade 2 has an effect, the one that he just called. I believe it's like on call it gets rested, unless you have like a specific amount of ghosties in the drop zone, and then you can use the auto skill to like counter blast 1, mill the top card. If it's ghosty, then you stand it and it gets power. So it's kind of a bad card in draft. That's the reason why I didn't draft it. So yeah, currently I believe it's rested. I can like look up the skill just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that that's what it does, and that's the reason why I didn't draft it. Yep. So we're just checking on the card. It should get rested. Yeah. So I let him know that you can use the skill if he wants to. Yes, he's close to deck out, but it's possible that it can restand. I don't know what his deck is. So yeah. Again, just reading the card and letting him know. It's kind of like nice because it's kind of casual. It's just like draft. I think the prize for going completely undefeated is winning. It's usually winning a box, but I guess it wasn't, which I didn't know until after the tournament. So yeah. Anyways, he swings with his rear guard first to. I actually disagree with this. He should probably just swing with Vanguard first because he can stand that ghosty. So attacks, hits the draw trigger, puts it on a rear guard, draws. Oh, by the way, he has like no cards in hand, so he hits double draw, which is very good. And I take a single damage. It's unfortunate that that ghosty went in the damage, but it's okay. So, check how much cards are in deck and what's in my deck, because it's very important because I have 4 draw triggers. and I hit at least one. So stride with the stride fodder. I also have the ghosty in my hand, I believe. I wasn't too sure if I wanted to ride it or not, I think. So we stride that. We use our on-stride skill because, soul charging is whatever. I mean, you might deck out, but we get 2 cards off this because this has a skill where you counterblast to call another card. So we should call a crit, which isn't bad because we can like put the crit back to call another card, but I guess we just don't have it, so whatever. So what do I decide to do here? 9 to the rear guard. That's fine. And then Vanguard for 26. So he's at 4. He decides to take it. I hit another draw and another draw, so I've hit like a decent amount of draws so far. He goes to 5. He hits a trigger. So that's a 29 column because of the Harry skill. So he guards for a 15k guard. That's the 10k guard. And the 5k guard. So that should be enough. Yep. So draws for turn. If I'm right, I believe he has 3 cards in deck. Part of the reason why is because he took so much damage and he had double draw. And draw trigger is very unfortunate, so that's the reason why. So if he doesn't win here, and if he drive checks the Vanguard, he's dead because of deck out. So the thing you do here is either you just don't drive check the Vanguard, which you probably can't afford it. So he also has another one of those grade 2s, which is very unfortunate for him. It's called Hesketh, so I actually have the information here. So it has an auto skill. When this unit is placed in the rear guard circle, this unit gets plus 3,000 to the end turn. If the number of cards in your drop zone with Ghost unit's card name is 3 or less, this unit is rest this unit. So again, I have to mention it to him because it is a skill. And then the second skill is Axe skill. Once per turn, counterblast 1. Put 1 card from the top of your deck into your drop zone. The card that was sent has Ghost unit's card name. Stand this unit and gets plus 3,000. So yeah, it's not very good in draft because you might just have to rest it and never be able to use the skill. So it was also unfortunate that he had 2. So we guard. He swings rear guard first. Normally I'd swing with the other rear guard first, but it doesn't matter too much. So I guard for no pass. He hits 2 triggers, which is very good. I think that was 2 triggers. Anyways, guards. I guess it was just 1 trigger. Sorry about that, guys. So he has 1 card in deck. We just passed turn because, time and stuff. So we're on to our next, round 2. And we are currently 1-0. So not bad, not bad. We're aiming to go undefeated. Next victim, I guess. I don't know. Let's get started. So he goes first. Which is generally very good for us because not only do we get first drive, we also get multiple attacks that we can dish out. So we're going in like a little. We don't have too much. I decided to put up the front because like whatever. Yeah. So it's a trigger. Generally he did a good play, but whatever. If you're greedy there, you should have just taken the Vanguard and hit the trigger. Because I also didn't hit trigger, but it's okay. Not everyone's like super greedy because if you hit the crit, then if the opponent hits the crit, then it's whatever. So he has that really bad card and he didn't ride it. I don't know if he drew it or not. I know here that like eventually it might mess him over because you have to soul charge and it's a mandatory skill. So yeah, he goes in with 2 rear guards, which is very good. Attacks rear guard to rear guard, which is not a very good play. You should attack the Vanguard to the rear guard. But whatever. So how do we do this? Just guard the 5k, take the Vanguard. That's fine. Hits a draw trigger, which is very good. I damage checked that really OP ghosty that I haven't used yet. He is very good. Hopefully you will see it, but currently no. So I think about what card to ride. I don't ride that AK. Cause like I don't remember if I have Harry in this matchup, but like the AK is very. I can't hit anything besides that rearguard, so I just decide not to ride it. So swing rearguard because it needs to hit, and I can use stand. So he passes it or no passes it, and then he just guards everything besides that rearguard, which is very interesting. So he proceeds to ride the ghosty, which is very good for him because he has the. He will, I guess, have the 7K if he has the 7K at all. Calls two rear guards, which isn't bad. Swings rear guard, which is fine because I was going to intercept anyways. Swings at another rear guard. That's probably wrong. I don't know if that's a 9K or an 8K, but he swings at the rear guard, which is probably not a good idea. You should probably push damage in. Swing. Double hits nothing. So here I ride my grade 3. It's a Harry, which is very good because I need some board presence and he swung at rear guards. So I don't ride or stride because I don't have a single card to stride with. I don't really want to not call anything or do anything. So we call a grade 2 and a grade 1. Grade 2 swings at the 9K, which is generic. He decides to take it. Swing Vanguard to Vanguard. He has a 10K, so Utuda passes it. I hit a draw trigger, which is very good for us in this position. And then I swing at the Vanguard, and he decides to take it. Sorry, guys. I don't know what that rear guard is all the way on the left of his, but debatably it's fine to like tack the rear guard. But sometimes you want to just put damage in, right? So the reason why a lot of people aren't using sleeves is either they didn't draft a single card, they don't value the card, or it's in their G zone. So you'll see why. Like eventually, a lot of people do have just no sleeves, and that's totally fine. It really depends. I generically just use sleeves even though I didn't draft anything because, you know, whatever, it's kind of nice and I like the sound. And I guess the way to shuffle. So he does not stride again, which is fine. He has the ghosty there, which is a very good card, and you'll probably see in the future. So I probably wouldn't have called that much, but it's okay. It's okay. So he swings with the rear guard first. It's a 10K guard. He swings at the rear guard. I just take it instantly because, you know, whatever. Swings at the rear guard again. So my rear guard on the right is 6K. It's a grade 1. Just noting. And yeah, he hits no triggers again, which is very unfortunate. I don't know what his trigger lineup is, but yeah. So we do the we stride for sure. Now we're thinking about using the Harry skill. So we do, right? We should because we're lacking some rear guards and we just want to use a skill. Yep. Just thinking about it really fast because, you know, deck out is a thing. So we kind of lost the ghosty. We soul charged the heal, which is very unfortunate because we would have healed out the ghosty. So call the rear guard, gets +5. I don't know if the Nightmare Doll skill is mandatory or not. I guess, but we use it anyway just to check, just to shuffle. Yeah, I actually don't know if it's mandatory. But whatever. That's a 14K attacker, it's not that bad. I kind of just needed to put out cards. I do have a lot of triggers in the deck, I believe, so we'll probably see that in the future. 14K to that must be a 9K then. So 10K guard. Yep. 26 to the Vanguard. He just strictly no guards it. Nothing. Hits a crit, which is very good. And that's all. So he goes to 4. And then Vanguard to Vanguard. So that is should be a 10K guard. So uses the skill to give the Vanguard +5 and then guards with another 5K. So in my opinion, that was kind of a waste because he could have just guarded with 2 cards. Anyways, I probably would have saved it if I were him, but it's okay. We'll see how it goes. So he looks like he's in a losing position. I'm not entirely sure. Strides because why not, right? He only so he told me he only had 1 crit like later on, and it was like damage checked really early, so that was unfortunate. So he has the SGR, Grand Blue, which looks really nice, but like really funky, and I just want to show it to the camera, because it just looked so interesting. Because like it's like almost no print, and it's on a scroll, which is just very interesting. It looks like a block of gold, like in the middle. Yeah. Anyways, so he strides here. He doesn't have too many cards in hand, I believe. He has that stand, which does something, and he has that mediocre grade 1, which I will mention in the future has a mandatory skill to soul charge. So that's very bad for him because he'll deck out. So he soul charges whatever. So guard it because it must be a 5k. That front must be an 8k. Swings Vanguard. So just a note there, that rear guard should have swung the other rear guard for a 10k guard, or just take it because the 9k is much value, right? And I guarded with a very good card. So here he's like generally dead, and normally I don't guard it or don't even decide to guard, but we decided to guard it anyways just for, why not? So we guard for 3. He hits 1 stand, puts on the rear guard. And it's easy 5k. Normally you don't guard it here, but like whatever, right? Because he just passes turn after, and then I win because he has 1 card in deck. And that was the draw trigger. So yeah, we're on to round 3. We're 2-0, and this is possibly the last round, guys, because there's currently 3 undefeated, so we're playing against 1 undefeated, and the other undefeated player is playing down. So if that person playing down loses, then that's the last round, or this is the last round. So going second again, which is amazing. Play the 6k, ride the 6k, and we have the grade 1. So we swing grade 1, swing hits the draw trigger. That's kind of unfortunate because we like technically misplayed, but we didn't. We assumed that there's stand on top, instead there was draw, so whatever. A little bit of a misplay, but it's okay. So she, just a note, swings Vanguard, hits a heal trigger, which is very good. So I no passed, or I don't know what I did actually. But I must have guarded 1, taken 1, whatever. I'm not entirely sure how. But yeah. So she hits a trigger, which is very unfortunate. I believe that card on the left is a 5k, so that's why I placed that draw trigger, and she just hit a trigger and put on the rear guard, so that's whatever. Yep. So no ride here. Maybe she just doesn't have a grade 3, which is fine. Swings Vanguard. I decided to no guard it. Oh no, is that a grade 3? Sorry, it is a grade 3, guys. I can't actually, like, I guess that's the Silverthorn one, which is very important in the future. So I decided to 5k guard it, right? No, I'll just take it, whatever, that's fine too. So, ride the Harry. Do we stride here? Yes, we 2-card stride. So that's interesting. I do get 2 cards off of it, which isn't bad because of the Harry skill. So, I don't remember what I soul charged. Oh, I soul charged that, so it's really good that I soul charged the Ghosty because I can soul blast it. So we use the skill because it's the 8k that I must have rode. Call the grade 1, which is the 6k, but it doesn't matter. Soul blast out the Ghosty, which is very, very important. Yeah. So it gets plus power, so it's a 21 column. And then, yeah. So I was gonna do the skill, but I realized I can't because the Ghosty skill, but I can't because I don't have Counterblast, which is whatever. So swing 5k at the rear guard, like mini misplay, but it doesn't matter too much. Don't hit any triggers, which is kind of unfortunate. And then that's a 21 lane. Because we use the Soul Blast 1 skill for it to get +3 and it doesn't go into the soul. So she G-guards, that must be like a mandatory skill to soul charge, which is very unfortunate. Because, you're 1 step close to deck out. But, yeah. So stride here. Into whatever that card is. It's the rare one. It has a skill. I don't exactly know what it does. You put a card in soul, you must call one out and it gets power or something. We will see. So call a card out. Yeah, that looks like that's it. Could have been cooler, I guess, but it's okay. Not everyone is Harry, right? Yeah. So just thinking about what is going on. Here I know for sure that she has the so she's on the Silverthorn Vanguard, which is very important because she has the 7Ks. Right there, you see it there. It's actually really good in draft, I believe. Uh, yeah. So she calls her rearguard to the side, and I didn't really understand why, but you'll see in the future or soon. I don't know if she played this turn optimally or not. There's probably better ways to do it, but we will see. So swing Vanguard first. Maybe she doesn't have stands. I'm not too sure. Drive check 1, drive check 2, drive check 3, so nothing. Then damage check to Ghosty, which is kind of unfortunate, but whatever. So rearguard to Vanguard, 10k guard it. And then she has a skill, which I didn't even know existed. So I believe it's put in soul, discard 1, and then call it out. Call a card out. So I'm reading it now. And she does have a Silverthorn Vanguard, so it's pretty good. So discard. Maybe I'll check the exact skill for you guys. So she Soul Blast the Ghosties, which is very, very good because the Ghosty grade 1 is very good. Shoutouts on the Vanguard who let us know it was a good card beforehand. It's a great card, guys. So yeah, the swings rear guard again. And then it's my turn. So we do the grade 1 Ghosty. Call rear guard, swing. That's a 9k. So it gets a +2 on attack. And then if it attacks the Vanguard and doesn't hit, I put it into the soul. So it still gets +2. And then I swing at the rear guard. Which kind of doesn't matter, the +2, but I swing at the rear guard so it doesn't have to go to the soul. And it's a good rear guard, so she guards it. Swing Vanguard to rear guard, Vanguard to Vanguard. Hits a heal, which is pretty good. And a PG. So she just didn't know what it was, but it was a PG. And yeah, Vanguard. So that's a 10k guard. She hits another heal, which is very good. I believe that wasn't a 6 damage heal. That was just 4 to 5, and I just wasn't at 5. But yeah, the Silverthorn Vanguard is a 10k Vanguard, so that's why that 15 lane hits numbers kind of. Sorry guys, I'm also looking for that grade 1 Silverthorn thing. I found it. So that skill, what it does is so this is, by the way, she's at like 2 cards in deck or something, and she has the Ghosty grade 1 in her drop zone. So anyway, sorry, what the grade 1 thing does is you can put it into your soul, choose a card from your hand, discard it. At the end of the battle, the scene boosts to Vanguard. If you have a if you may pay the cost. If you do, choose a card from your soul. The Silverthorn's card name called to rearguard circle. So you have to boost the Vanguard. That was a misplay on her part. I didn't know, so yeah, whatever. And then it also has the auto skill. When your Silverthorn unit is placed in rearguard from soul, if you have a Vanguard Lucairn's card name, which she doesn't, call it to rearguard circle. That's whatever. But kind of misplay on the side. Didn't really know, but whatever. So she uses the Ghosty, so she has 3 cards in deck. What you can do, depending on your hand, is she didn't do this, but she said earlier, you can call over the Ghosty and use it again, which is very, very good in draft. This is why this card's amazing. You basically just call over it with like a draw trigger. Counterblast 1, put the draw trigger back to the deck, and I call the card back again. So very good card because you won't deck out. It's just a good card. But she didn't do that here, so that was misplay. Kind of. It's whatever, right? Calls it, yeah, so there's the draw trigger. Swing 16, or what is that? That must be a grade 1 or something, or grade 0, which is why I 5k guarded it. So she used the skill again. So sorry guys, you shouldn't be able to do that. Didn't know, my bad. It's only when like boost the Vanguard, I think. So perfect guard it just to make sure. Hits a crit and a blank. That's a 5k guard. So I guard it. And it's also 5k guard, so I guard it because she has 1 card deck. So that's the game. Pass turn. And yeah, we're 3-0, guys. And the other person lost, so we're on to our prizes. So, what did we get? We got a total of 5 packs. I thought it was a box, but I guess not. I'm not entirely sure. And let's go straight into it. So, nothing. We got a stride, though, and it's rare. But friends of ours are in the team or whatever you want to call it. They needed commons, so that's good. I don't need anything from the set personally, but it's okay. We entered to like support the store and you know, promote Vanguard and the channel. So 3 rares so far, looking grim, guys. We want something foil. Yeah, if you guys like this series, let us know if we should continue the matches and stuff. I commentated over it because of the sound and it's really loud. So last pack. Let's go. Broken grade 1. You did a good job. And oh, it's 2 rares per pack, guys, if you know. We already pulled that, so it's kind of bad, especially because it's like $1.25 in store. So that's all. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later.